This video is brought to you by 3, bringing you 4G at no extra cost and some exclusive deals over at btech.com.
Hey guys, welcome to btech. I'm Basil and this is a Samsung Gear Fit. Part smartwatch, part fitness tracker, but is it any good? This is our full review, so keep watching to find out. The main highlight of the Samsung Gear Fit has got to be its design. It looks a treat. That curved AMOLED display stands out a mile off, and at the same time, it still manages to look demure when placed on a wrist, for example. It's easily clippable like so. You just press it into place and you've now got a fitness tracker and smartwatch on your wrist. And it's also customizable based on the fact it's comprised of 2 components. So if we detach the strap, for example, you can see the strap portion and the core portion. The core portion is where you'll find the heart rate monitor on the flip side. You've also got the gyroscope inside and a physical home button on the right hand side of it. If we wanted to reattach the strap, it's an absolute doddle. Just get this in place and then squeeze the sides down and you are done. We can see right here, if we swipe across, there are also a range of options within. The 1.84 inch AMOLED is also very nice and touch sensitive, perfect for swiping along, and the form factor really does initiate a really comfortable swipe. High quality glass, premium design, £199 is steep, but this isn't just a fitness tracker, it's also a smartwatch as well. How is it a smartwatch? Well, it can read your notifications, and that isn't just Samsung notifications, it's application notifications from any app you have on your S5 that can push a notification to your notifications tray. You've also got a media controller. This also works really well with Spotify. We found in your settings you can actually change your clock face, so you can have dual clock, calendar clock. It also shows you pedometer steps, the weather, and some funky custom clock faces as well. We can jump out of those, and we can also change our wallpaper to custom wallpaper, right through to the pre-installed wallpapers, or indeed just stick with some block colors. If you want to be very demure about it all, you can just stay with a nice black wallpaper throughout, and it makes this thing even more unassuming. If we swipe across, we can also see in the settings you can access your display settings, which include the option to rotate the display to a vertical view, which is perfect if you are going to wear it on your wrist, which we suggest you do. We're going to keep it in a horizontal view so that it's easy to demo from. You can also choose your home screen, home icon size, and your font size, as well as a wake up gesture. So yeah, really nice wake up gesture. By the way, if we power it off, we can see just picking it up and rotating it will switch the screen on. Swiping across once again, you can choose what a double tap does of the button. You can have it activate a range of functions, change your brightness, Bluetooth settings, profile, and you can reset your Gear Fit and grab Gear Fit info. So despite the fact you can't install applications on here, it isn't running Tizen, it isn't running Android. There are a whole bunch of settings that you can tweak, making this very customizable. There's also a timer, stopwatch, and the sleep tracker actually figures out how much of your sleeping hours you spend motionless, which is nice, syncing that information with your Samsung Galaxy S5 or whatever phone you have synced. You can also use this as a pedometer, an exercise tracker which activates the GPS on your phone, and of course a heart rate monitor. If we were completely honest, the heart rate monitor is just not all that good, but it doesn't detract from the overall experience so long as you don't try and use it too much, because trust us, if it just ends up being on your wrist, it's not going to read a heart rate if you have wrists like ours, maybe a little bit hairy, don't know what it is, maybe it's dirt, but something got in the way of this reading our heart rate unless we gave it a good wipe and positioned it in an extremely stationary way on our wrists. As far as the connectivity with the Samsung Galaxy S5 goes, we can jump through to the Gear Fit Manager and we can see we're connected right now. Click on our home screen styler. There are a range of wallpapers that we can pick once again. If we check our clock tab though, we can see we've got a few more clocks that weren't accessible earlier, and these can actually be tapped on and downloaded through the Google Play Store, through the Samsung App World, and it'll download automatically. So tap through on that and it's pushed that fun funky clock right through onto there. And Samsung appears to be adding clocks to this all the time, as there wasn't such a large selection when we first got it. Obviously all your other clocks that we spoke about earlier are on here too. You can also change the layout of your home screen icons. So these are the applications, making for a nice amount of customization right there. It's also tightly integrated with S Health. It throws your sleeping data on there, not to mention your pedometer performance, and the Endomondo app is suggested to be coming and working with this as well. So hopefully that'll sync nicely with Endomondo as well. Jumping out of that, we can finally tap through our notifications, and you can see a range of notification options, but the main one which we're really happy about is the fact you can have notifications from third-party applications as well as all your Samsung apps as standard. Generally speaking, therefore, the Samsung Gear Fit is definitely more than a fitness tracker. It's a really nice means of accessing key information from your smartphone on your wrist with a very good looking device. It's £199, it is pricey, and it may be too pricey for many of you, but we still definitely think there is a market for the Samsung Gear Fit out there. We don't think there's anything else like it at the moment, at least not in terms of design. Won't appeal to everyone, but it definitely appealed to us. If you want something a little bit cheaper, you can opt for a Samsung Gear 2 Neo. The functionality of the Gear 2 Neo is actually a little bit better, what with the TV remote control up at the top. But having said that, it doesn't have that super attractive curved AMOLED display or that very unassuming form factor either. Hopefully you've enjoyed our review. If you have, make sure you ping us a like below and fire us any questions that you may have about this device in the comments section. Make sure you also subscribe to BTech if you want more of the same, and head over to btech.com. Over there you can find the latest in smartphones, tablets, smart gadgets, and some awesome deals as well.
At the top of the screen is where you can find 3 hand-picked videos for your viewing pleasure. On the left is where you can subscribe, and on the right hand side you can find some exclusive deals if you head over to btech.com.